I honestly thought I was past the worst of it. I did the hot flashes. I did the why am I sweating through my shirt in a grocery store for no reason phase. I thought that was the hard part, the physical part, the part everybody warned you about. But now something feels different again, and it's a lot quieter. It's a lot sneakier. It's that feeling when you walk into a room and your brain just uninstalls your purpose for being there. You're standing in the kitchen staring at the toaster and you can't even remember if you were making breakfast or looking for your car keys. I can't tell if it's my ADHD, my hormones, or if my brain just decided to push a mandatory software update without asking me if I had enough storage in the first place. And the worst part, I don't even have a period to tell me what's going on anymore. I don't have that monthly warning to explain why I'm crying over a dropped spoon or why I can't remember the word for refrigerator. So I'm just out here like, cool. We're guessing now. If you've been feeling like a stranger in your own head, especially if you're neurodivergent, you need to stay with me for this episode. Today, we are going to stop the guessing. I'm going to share exactly what I've been learning about the late transition. I want to talk about why your AuDHD traits might be feeling louder than ever, why the world feels 10 times more overwhelming than it did even a year ago. I'm going to walk you through the solutions that are actually helping me clear the fog. We're going deep into the Sherlock Holmes detective work on inflammation in the body too. We're talking about the natural shifts in nutrition that are giving my brain its power back. By the end of this video, you're going to have a toolkit to help you navigate this transition without feeling like you're losing your mind. So here's a quick reminder before we dive deep. I'm not a doctor. I am a research of my own life and a member of this community. Everything I am sharing today is based on my personal journey, so please always talk to your own medical team before making changes to your meds, supplements, or anything, really. So for context, I had a hysterectomy at 35. They took the equipment, but I still have one ovary, my ghost ovary, which basically means my body is still doing hormone things. It's not sending me any notifications. I have no cycle, no track, no updates, no warning, just vibes. I had really bad hot flashes about 2 years ago, aggressive ones, the kind that make you want to crawl into a freezer. Then it calmed down and I thought, okay, maybe I'm through the woods. But now the dryness set in, not just the physical dryness, but the mental dryness. Brain fog that feels like physical wool in my head. I described it like trying to think through a thick, damp sweater. Emotional shifts that come out of nowhere. 1 minute, I'm fine. The next, I'm on a deep pit of, I can't do this anymore. I am sitting here asking, okay, so we're still active, but why do I feel like a completely different person? The mask is slipping. The battery is dead, and I can't find the charger. I started reading a lot because I needed answers. What I kept coming across is this phase called late perimenopause. No one talks about this part because it's not as dramatic. It's more like a slow, quiet fading of your abilities. Think about estrogen. Estrogen is the fuel for your neurodivergent brain. It affects dopamine. It affects your mood. It affects your emotional regulation. Estrogen actually helps your brain use the dopamine that you're already struggling to find. So when that estrogen starts its final drop, your brain loses its backup system. So here's a deep dive. For an AuDHD brain, this is a double whammy. We are already dopamine deficient. Now take that estrogen and throw it away. It doesn't feel like burnout. It feels like the hardware of my brain is physically changing. It feels like my executive function just resigned. This hit me the hardest. I've been on ADHD meds for a while, and they were completely life-changing. But lately, the fogginess is creeping back in, even with the medication. Think of it like this. Your meds are like a car, but estrogen is the fuel. If you can have the best car in the world, but the fuel quality is low, the car is going to sputter. My brain doesn't have the same backup system it used to. The developers pushed a 2.0 update that broke all of my favorite features. Since starting ADHD medication, I've noticed my autistic traits feel way more intense. ADHD is like a loud, chaotic party in your head. The meds quiet the party, but when the music stops, you start noticing everything else. The hum of the fridge, the texture of your shirt, the fact that people are just loud. Not add the menopause shift on top, your nervous system is already on edge. Your sensory bucket is already full. Suddenly, things I used to handle, bright lights, busy stores, feel like a physical assault on my senses. I find myself wanting to retreat into a dark room and just exist in silence. So let's talk about something called executive function debt. Before this transition, I had a certain amount of brain energy to spend every single day. I could spend some on answering emails, some on grocery shopping, and some on socializing. But now the interest rates on my energy have gone through the roof. Everything costs more. Brushing my teeth costs 5 energy points instead of 1. Deciding on what to wear costs 10 energy points, and by 2 p.m., I'm functionally bankrupt. I am in executive function debt. This is why we feel like we're losing our minds. It's not that we're lazy. It's that our currency is no longer worth the same as it used to be. And if you're feeling this, if you're feeling that you're sitting on the floor unable to choose between 2 pairs of socks, you're not failing, you're just out of brain money. So, how do we start earning that brain money back? We aren't just going to sit here and let the update crash our systems. So, here we go. Number 1, the power of protein, raw material. So this is a non-negotiable now. Our brains use protein to make neurotransmitters like dopamine. So if you're not eating enough protein, you are giving your brain 0 raw materials to work with. I've started aiming for at least 30 grams in the first hour of waking up. So think of it like this, filling the tank before a long drive. If you don't do it, you'll stall out on the highway by noon. So number 2, fiber and blood sugar. Fiber isn't just for digestion, it's for stability. So when your estrogen is low, your body becomes more sensitive to insulin. So if you eat a high carb breakfast with no fiber or protein, what ends up happening is your blood sugar spikes and then it crashes. For a neurotypical person, that crash feels like a slump. So for us, that crash feels like a massive executive function failure. It feels like the world is ending. Fiber slows that way down. It keeps the ride smooth. And number 3, inflammation. Audit chronic inflammation. like it's a volume knob for your sensory issues. When your body is inflamed, your brain is on high alert. This makes your autism feel much more spicy. And I try to stick to single ingredient foods, so rice, frozen veggies, simple proteins. One pan or dump and bake meals are a lifesaver here. So if I can put chicken and broccoli on a tray and forget about it for 20 minutes, that's totally a win. And number 4, the sensory shield. So I give myself permission to use my accommodations more often. Loop earplugs in the grocery store, noise canceling headphones at home. I'm auditing my environment like a crime scene. So if a light is too bright, I turn it off. If a shirt is too itchy, it goes in the trash. I am lowering the sensory baseline so my brain has more room to handle hormone shifts. And number 5, supplement support. Magnesium glycinate for that wired but tired feeling. It helps the muscles relax. So when the brain won't shut up, it's definitely there to help. And we can't forget about omega-3s. So think about greasing the gears when the estrogen oil is running low. And vitamin D, essential for mood. So most of us are deficient, and during this transition, we need all the help we can get. I want to be 100% real. I am not perfect. I am right in the middle of this journey with you. I'm working on my habits, but it's hard, especially when you're dealing with medication weight gain. For me, it was the nerve medication. It changed my body almost overnight. I've had to become like Sherlock Holmes. I have to look at my body and ask, what is causing what? And this weight from the meds, this puffiness from chronic inflammation. Like when you're dealing with chronic inflammation, your body is in a state of high alert 24/7. And if you're neurodivergent, that physical high alert translates directly into mental anxiety. And not about the scale, it's about investigation. Some days I nail the protein, other days the dopamine seeking completely wins and I eat all the processed stuff. So give yourself some grace. You're doing the best you can with a brain that is currently rewiring itself. Think about a good day versus a transition day. So on a good day, I wake up, I have my protein, I can look at my to-do list and pick the first thing I feel capable. On a transition day, I'll wake up and it feels like I'm waking up under 10 feet of water. The phone is ringing, the dog is barking, and I can't even find the energy to pick up a sock, right? If you're having more transition days than good days, it's a sign your system needs more support. It's a sign that the late transition is demanding more than you're currently giving yourself. So stop comparing yourself to current, your old 35-year-old you. That person has different fuel. She has a different operating system. Be kind to the 40-plus-year-old version. She's working twice as hard for half of the results. So late perimenopause isn't obvious. It's a quiet shift. It makes you feel like you're losing your personality. But if you're feeling more sensitive, more overwhelmed, more foggy, you're not crazy. Your body is just going through a massive biological transition. You're trying to keep up while managing an AuDHD brain and solving the mystery of your own health. That's a lot to totally carry. You are essentially a human experiment right now. And that's okay. We are pioneers in this. We are the first generation of AuDHD women talking openly about this. If you're going through this, you're not alone. I'm right there with you. One pan meal, one mystery solved at a time. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps the channel grow and helps find each other in the fog. So thanks for joining me on Tosha Lee Unmasked. We will see you next time on our next random topic intertwined with ADHD and autism. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye.